All right, what's going on, guys? So I am a couple days behind, and I am fully aware of that. I apologize. Been working. So here I am with an updated video of my process. So a little background history to why I want to get pregnant and so forth. So I've always wanted a baby. I think that's why I've always taken to women who have kids. I just have a nurturing way about me when it comes to kids. I used to be a teacher, toddler teacher, baby teacher. I just love kids. I don't know, something just so innocent about them and just watching them grow. So it started early on. I have nieces and nephews. I have 3 nieces and 4 nephews. So I'm the only one who doesn't have any kids. Go figures. But now is the time. So I decided really last year, I guess, really to actually go ahead and go through with the process. Before then, I was just doing ovulation and ovarian reserve testing. And just to tell you what ovarian reserve testing is that when you are born as a woman, you are born with all of your eggs that you will have in your lifetime. And after every menstrual you have, you will be losing eggs. And once those eggs are depleted, that's it. You start to go through menopause and you are then unable to conceive your own child. So I started ovarian reserve testing, I want to say maybe 6 years ago. 6 years ago. And at the time, I worked for a health insurance, a really well-known health insurance company who gave me really great benefits. And I was able to do all of my fertility testing. And once it got to that point, which they take the ovarian reserve testing via blood. From that point on, they then put you on a table to do a ultrasound, where they then shoot water through your tubes to see how your tubes respond as far as the flow of the solution in which that they put through. So I know that there's no blockage or anything like that within my tubes. And over the years, every 2 years, I typically go and get ovarian reserve testing. So the last time I was tested for my reserve, it was in 2019, and it's 2022. So in 2021, I decided, hey, it's about time for me to have a kid. My dad had suffered from 2 forms of cancer. He had a kidney transplant, and I was just like, I am the only one who didn't have kids, and I would love for him to be able to interact with my child. Unfortunately, this past MLK Day 2022, my father passed away from COVID. So that dream, has died. But I still would love to have a child. And last year I tried 2 times to have a child, and it didn't take. And I really believe the reason why it didn't take was because I was just going off of an app. I wasn't really doing any type of ovulation strip testing, which, you just urinate in a cup, you dip the strip in, and the strip will, based on the dark line, will tell you if you are ovulating. So I wasn't really doing that. I just was going off of 2 apps, and it was like, oh, okay, it says that today's the day, and then just, hey, what you doing? Can you come over, before you go to work and drop me a sample? And that would be that. Needless to say, it didn't take, and now we back at square one again. So I just want to go through why, one, it's really important to have health insurance that covers fertility benefits, because the lack of fertility doesn't only affect LGBT persons, it affects heterosexual couples as well. I know people who are heterosexual who have gone through fertility testing, and it's expensive. The last price that I received from the University of Pennsylvania, it was $25,000, and that does not include sperm. When I just went to go look for sperm, $975 for a unwashed sample. For a washed sample was like $1,100. So let me explain the difference between the two. A unwashed sample is as if you met somebody and you had them give you a sperm sample in a cup. That's unwashed. It's quote unquote dirty sperm in the eyes of medical. So the chances of you getting pregnant is whatever. It just depends on his sperm count. Now, when you get a wash sample basically is them picking out the best quality of sperm within the sample and giving that to you. That's why it costs so much. So, yeah, we don't have that. And it's not even guaranteed that it's even going to take. You can go through it 8 times, $975, $1,100. And guess what? No baby. And not including this, the having to pay again for, you know, the meds that it takes for you to produce quote unquote more eggs. It's a lot. Why do I have to go through all of that? So there are employers, because I was seeking, who out here hiring that offer fertility benefits. And I have found that Starbucks will offer fertility benefits on a part-time basis. All you gotta do is work for them part-time. But because I work my full-time job as if it's 2 full-time jobs, I didn't have the time to have another, let me go be a barista real quick. Didn't have that. And with my job, you know, you got to let them know that you're working on the job. You got to get it approved. It was just way too much. So X that off the square. Also, Target does hire and offer fertility benefits. So those are 2 that you can check out. So for me, I decided to go this route. If you follow me on Facebook, you follow me on Instagram, you know, I've talked to numerous of people. I have put on there, hey, I'm looking for a donor. Anybody know anybody that be willing to donate, you know, to me? I've talked to a couple guys. I've had guys offer for free. I was in communication with one guy with whom I met out of a sperm donor group. So if you're not familiar, Facebook, you can do a search for different groups. And I found a sperm donor group, and they're all over. And I found somebody in Pennsylvania who actually is not that far from me, who I had been in communication with, who was not going to charge me to donate sperm. He has 2 biological kids of his own. He has 19, if I'm not mistaken, successful pregnancies from him donating sperm. So of course now the question goes, well, why the hell is he donating so damn much? So that was a question that I had. So his answer was that he's a single guy who's always wanted a lot of kids, even though he may not be actively involved in the child's life. He just always felt like he was meant to produce a lot of children. So that's why. However, if both him and the parents agreed to have him involved in the child's life, he would be more than willing to do so. The person that I decided to go with, he's in my city. He has 2 children already who are twin boys. He's a new donor. He has 2 successful pregnancies so far in a little bit of time that he's actually been a donor. He did ask for a fee, which I was okay with paying because it's your time. If you were to go ahead and donate to a sperm bank, they would pay you. So why not? I mean, hey, just a little bit of money. Well, to me, it was a little bit of money. To have a child out of it, hey, look, it's worth it. Prior to last year, I used someone who I actually had been in a relationship at one point, because I wasn't always a lesbian. Go figures. And however, when you have a window that you have to inseminate within, and you have schedules that are involved in that, it just didn't work out. So after it was going to be the 3rd time, and he wasn't available. I missed the window, and I kind of got disappointed, and I said, you know what, I don't want to go through that again, because honestly, people have schedules, they have a life, and sometimes it just doesn't always work out like that. So I just decided to go the route of the sperm donor, because technically you act like that's your job. So if I offer you money, you're going to be where I say you need to be at. So that's just that. I had him do Std testing. We talked about mental health. We talked about his children, as far as, do they have anything, any learning disabilities or anything like that, that have come about so far, because his children are, they're young. They're under the age of 5. So we've gone through that. Now, we're at the point where we're trying to actually donate. That's tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Today is Wednesday. So today is the day where, as I've always done, I'm doing my testing strips, fertility, my ovulation testing, which again, because of my work schedule, I said I've been trying to do it twice a day. It has not really worked out like that, so I've done it at least once. Today I think I did it twice, and this is just what's in it. You go in a cup, you urinate in the cup, you dip this in the cup. After 5 minutes, 2 lines, well, one line will already pop up. A second line will either be a light line or there'll be a dark line, and the line will tell you where you are once you upload it into an app. And to put the app on your phone, you just go ahead and use the QR code, and the app comes up. So I'm just going to show you right now exactly actually what that looks like. So once I go ahead and do it in the app, it looks like this. So this is my April strip testing. It's kind of blurry, so you can't really see it, but I just wanted you to get a general idea. You see the really, really dark line. You see the really, really dark line, and then you'll see the light line. And if you notice where the dark purple is and where the lavender is, you see that the second line starts to get darker. Those are my high days. The one with the really, really dark purple is my peak day. That's the day where it's basically, hey, you're ovulating, go ahead and inseminate. So here we are now in May. So this is me today. This is the last sample I just took, which was at 3:45 p.m. So as you see, I'm nearing my my peak day, which it says I'm supposed to ovulate on Friday. So you notice that there's no like second line, barely. We get down to this one right here. You start to see it's starting to get a little bit darker. You see this one right here is high because the second line is really dark. So then it tells you right here, this is today. So this is what the app shows me. It says peak fertility days. It says have sex today. And then it says high chance of getting pregnant. So once I input the strip into this app, it starts to formulate a graph. So right here where the red dot is today. It says I'm getting up there to where my peak is. So it's peaking. Then this right here will be tomorrow. I'll be up here tomorrow. And then by Friday, you see this right here, you can't really see it, but it's blurred. It says ovulation. So that's when I know I will be ovulating, and that is Friday. So that's all. So today what I'm going to do is I will be doing, I won't do any more urine strips because I've already done it twice. I did it at 7 something this morning and I did it at 3:45. So today I will be taking Mucinex over the next 2 days. This is because your cervix is lined with a mucus lining. So I want to soften up that lining so that when it's time for the egg to drop and the sperm to travel, it's going to implant kind of nicely. It's not going to have a thick wall to go through or anything like that. It's going to it's going to be smoother. So it's going to make it easier for the sperm to get through. So I'm going to start taking this today and over the next 2 days. I won't take it on Friday because honestly, I wouldn't need to. That's just an extra added. The Mucinex is just an extra added thing on top of the pre-seed that I showed you, which I will insert 20 minutes before the insemination, which, as I said before, it helps the sperm to travel to the cervix. So I will do that tomorrow, Thursday, and also Friday. He's going to go in a sterile cup, in which I will then use a syringe to insert his semen. And it's just that simple. It really is. Tomorrow I will get back on here. I'm going to meet with him tomorrow for the first time, and I will let you know how it goes. I will let you know. I will I'm trying to document everything, just because, again, a lot of people who don't really know how this goes is it can be difficult, and it can be, the shock of not knowing, and ignorance is bliss. There's a lot of knowledge out there for people. Some are interested, some aren't. I don't 100% feel comfortable sleeping with a guy, and I always said, if I try to get pregnant and it doesn't take, then I will have sex with the guy. I will go back to the dude who I tried to conceive with last year, because he is the only male that I've ever slept with in my whole 39 years. And I trust him. And he actually would be a co-parent, to be honest with you. Like, we've always talked about having kids when we were younger. So I wouldn't mind him being in the child's life. In this case right now, today, May 2022, I will be a single parent, and I'm okay with that. I try to do things in my life to kind of set that up, and what I mean by that is I work overnights. So the whole purpose of me going to overnight shift was, one, for me, because I'm going to start school next week, but for me to also be pregnant. Because at first I was like, I don't want to be pregnant and be seen. I want to hibernate. It's just a level of comfortability. And, I just had to realize that pregnancy is a great thing. And anybody who gets the chance to experience it, why, you talk to them and you just see the glow. And I would love to experience that. So if you see me acting extra feminine because of this, just mind your business. Mind your business, because guess what? I'm going to be embraced. You're going to see the pregnancy photos. I'm going to have my belly out. You're going to see all of that. So, because you know what? I don't care what people think. I never have, and I never will. At the end of the day I'm doing me. It's my life to live, and me and baby, which, by the way, I do not want to know what I'm having. I just want the doctor to be like, hey, boom, here's a baby. And you be like, Doc, what is it? So until then, I'm just gonna do greens, yellows, oranges. I have 1,000 names picked out. The baby will have a unisex name because the world we live in today, you know, the child could be non-binary as they get older, whatever. I don't want you to feel like you have to change your name if you don't want to. So, yeah, that's just it. If you have any questions, I see a couple people have subscribed. Thank you for the subscriptions. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask. I'm an open book. I always have been. I'm not offended easily. And just hit me up. All right. I hope everybody's having a good day.